Hello my friends, and welcome back to another Brotato Danger 5 genetically modified overkill run, where today we're doing the stupidest combination that I could think of. We're playing the Beastmaster, which already doesn't really work in the GMO mod because you don't get to select your damaging pet at the beginning, and combining it with the Cryptid, so the Beastmaster's starting loot worm is going to eat all our trees. I think that this will be a fun challenge, but actually maybe doable. We'll have to run away from the enemies until we can find a weapon to start with. But because they have fixed the loot worm, so it will actually kill trees. Previously, it wouldn't attack the trees if there were no materials on the ground, so we wouldn't have been able to get any tree kills. Now it will. So I think that this is possible, assuming that we find some way to kill enemies before too long. We're obviously giving up the bonuses of the Cryptid to do this, and the bonuses of the Beastmaster, which is going to make this a really interesting challenge run. But it's kind of neat when you get a combination that seems like it shouldn't work at all, that maybe will actually function. I'm going to go ahead and ban Jelly here. Obviously, it doesn't do anything, and we desperately need to find items that can help us kill enemies. Now, I think I will buy the fertilizer because this is one way we can actually make money in the early game. So we'll buy fertilizer. The rest of these, I might just ban them all. These are all fine items, but we've got to find a rat or something like that as early as we can. So it might be correct to just ban every other level 1 item. So that we can get a rat or a landmine or a turret showing up early and actually get enemy kills. I think, in fact, we are just going to do that. We're just going to ban all of the level 1 items that aren't those things so that we can find those more easily. I will take another fertilizer. This is, again, a way that we can actually make money in the early game. We probably can't afford to ban tree on the Cryptid. It's going to be too important to our income. But we will ban Goat Skull, we'll ban Fresh Meat, and then we'll throw in one reroll here. Then I could ban 2 more items. We'll leave Lemonade in the pool. So we'll ban both of those, and then we'll reroll and reroll again. And I'm just looking for ways to kill stuff. Maybe leaving the tree locked is a mistake. And maybe I should have just left it in the pool, but not locked it. I do need enough money that we can actually buy one of those items when it shows up, which we should hopefully be able to pick up, given that I found double fertilizer early. And ideally, I have enough movement speed to stay ahead of these guys. Oh no, our loot worm bugged out. Okay, it's not killing, it didn't kill the last couple trees there. We'll recycle the lens, because I just need damage if possible. I need enough money to roll for damaging stats if possible. We'll take 5 harvesting, that gets me damaging items if possible. Take 5 harvesting, that gets me over the 21, and then I'm just going to take 2 melee damage to offset our damage loss. I'm also going to unlock the tree here because I really need ways to kill things, so I'm just going to roll until we find one of those. Okay, we found a Ratzilla. That's good. Is weird food worth picking up? Consumable heal's going to be really important for this character. So I think I will, now that we have a damaging item, take the weird food. I'll also pick up Gentle Alien and Penguin. These are going to be really good defensive items and economy items as well. So I need to build more damage so that our rat kills things a little faster and a little more movement speed. But for now, I think we're in okay shape. We're going to be making at least some money every wave. I'm also going to let our loot worm pick up as many of the materials we're dropping as possible, so that it can get the 10% bonus. But I'm going to pick these up so we're not leaving too many on the ground. That loot alien we're definitely not getting any value out of. All right, so we're behind, obviously, but not ridiculously behind at this point. Let's take 8% damage to boost our rat. Maybe locking these was a mistake. These are very strong items as well, but I think I just have to roll for more killing power. Scared Sausage, does that count as killing power? It makes my rat a little bit better at killing things, but I think I just need more ways to deal damage. Baby Elephant is one of them. And then we'll roll, and we'll roll again. All right, we'll take a landmines. So, found a couple more ways to deal damage. We're kind of playing as though we're just rolling for weapons in the early game, like a normal character would be. But instead of weapons, we're rolling for these non-weapon sources of damage. I need to avoid dying to the lamprey here. But I also need to pick up some materials. Our rat is doing a reasonable amount of work. Trying to pick up some materials and some consumables. Our loot worm didn't manage to kill things, but we actually got 134 materials at the end of that wave, so that's not bad. I'll take 2 armor here. We're definitely going to need some armor. Do I think riposte is a reasonable way to try to kill stuff? Probably not. I think I just need... Yeah, this is what we were really hoping for. Now that we have 2 rats, we're in much better shape in terms of dealing damage to things. I will also pick up the penguin. We're going to need the regeneration, and we'll be picking up consumables at max health pretty frequently on this character, so penguin should be pretty good. And then we'll grab a baby elephant and a lemonade, and now we can start actually buying real items, now that we've got the double rat going for us. Especially because as I pick up more HP, the rats will get more powerful. The good thing is our loot worm's going to kill trees, and that's good for us, because we make money off of those. But the ones that it doesn't kill, we also still make money off of, because we're playing the Cryptid. Oh yeah, so I need to pull these enemies over... Oh, something else stood on the landmine, unfortunately. I was hoping to pull this huge group of enemies over the landmine. Looks like we won't be able to do that, so I probably could have got a bunch more enemy kills there if I'd managed that. Let's take the claw tree. This is just some okay damage, and then we'll take some armor. We'll pick up another baby elephant. Do I want Scar? I think I definitely want the cake, and lemonade I think is too good to pass up on. I think I will have to pass on the Scar, because I'm still looking for ways to boost the damage of the rats and more rat. Those are going to be the most important things. I'll take a dangerous bunny as well, though. That can help us roll for more of these damaging items. It's kind of fun scrapping together a strategy off of this combo that simply shouldn't function at all. I'm not sure about these baby elephants also. I don't know if our luck is gonna be high enough for them to be good. I did also mess up with that landmine. I pulled enemies across it, but not the big group of low health enemies, and that's what I really need to hit it, is all of these little baby aliens. If I can pull them on a landmine, like this one, then we can get a little bit of extra money. Unfortunately, I got there just a little too late to make that work. We'll take 12% damage. I definitely need more damage output. Pick up the rat, and cake will help out with the rat as well. So these now deal 7 damage a hit. Let's roll here. Jerky, that's going to be super important. I'll take a tree, and then I'm going to throw in one more reroll, and we'll pick up another rat. As the Beastmaster, you are more likely to find these pets in the shop. And I believe that behavior does still work in GMO. I've actually never been entirely sure about that, but it seems like it does. So we are more likely to find these rats, I think. It might only function for the first character that you select as well. Alright, so picking up some consumable healing here in order to stay alive. And we've got just enough rats that we're still generating some money. I need to increase my luck as well. As the Cryptid, a lot of our economy is going to come from... Oh, okay, I need to not die also. As the Cryptid, a lot of our economy is going to come from free items from trees. So I need to make sure we have the luck to generate those regularly. We'll take a snail here. Slowing enemy movement speed, as you can see, is going to be important. And I really don't think I can afford to reduce my luck, so I'll take that. Do I want 3 ranged damage? As the Beastmaster, our pets do scale with all of the damage types. Now, ranged damage is the worst, because it doesn't scale anything other than our pets, like scared sausages or whatever that we might find. And we only get 3 of it. If this was a level 3 melee damage upgrade, we'd have gotten 6. I think I'm going to reroll here, and I'm going to take 10 luck. And then I'll take 4 engineering, which still scales our pet damage, but also scales landmines and any other engineering items we might get. We'll take a rat. We'll take a toxic sludge. Is that going to boost our rat damage? Yes, it does, up to 8. So that actually matters a lot. And then we'll buy the jerky. Okay, Rip and Tear. This is another great way to deal damage. Do I want the Scar? I think I kind of can't afford to buy pure economy items like Scar at this point. I still need to focus on dealing damage. Though now that we have a 4th rat and they're dealing 8 damage a pop, they're a lot more reliable. Also, higher luck, because I picked up a couple points of luck, works with our baby elephants to deal a little bit more splash damage with those as well. It's okay if I pick up consumables at full health. That's why we have the penguin. And because we have jerky, even if we then take damage, we'll still benefit from the healing from those. So our rats are killing most of the enemies. We're trying to stay ahead here of all of them. I definitely need more movement speed. Right now I'm having a little bit of trouble staying ahead of all of the enemies on the field. But our healing is very good, which is nice. Do I actually want White Flag on this run? Enemies as the Cryptid drop 50% fewer materials, so they're much less powerful. That said, White Flag I think is still just such a weak item. We would much rather have just the money. And then I'll take 15 luck here. Increasing our luck, again, is going to be really important, both because it boosts our double baby elephant, which is now also dealing reasonable damage, and will help us drop more free crates, because our loot worm is going to be killing every tree on the map. I'll take the Rip and Tear, I think, over the bottom mine, because just more splash damage is going to be really important, and then we'll take a landmines. We'll lock a plant as well, and we'll roll here, and Mastery is plus 3 damage for my pets. So basically, for the Beastmaster scaling, it's plus 3, but it also gives us plus 6 scaling for the Rip and Tear, so I think it's worth grabbing for 107. It's kind of an expensive plus 3 damage, but because Rip and Tear, I think, is going to be a fairly important part of our wave clear, the Mastery is going to be good. Okay, yeah, I was a little worried there. It didn't look like the enemies the rats were killing were triggering Rip and Tear, but it looks like they are. We just got a little unlucky. Or I missed the graphic at the start of the wave. So staying ahead of these enemies again. Letting our loot worm do a lot of the material pickup. And clear trees as well. And you can see we're getting a few crates. The loot worm is going to chew its way through all of those materials going towards the trees at the top here. But I should probably get some of the material pickups in the middle before the end of the wave. And again, trying not to die. So we left 59 materials on the ground. Definitely a lot, but I think that's okay. I'll take the black belt, even though luck is super important to this character, so is damage, and the XP gain is good. Baby Gecko is going to be really nice. You can see we left a lot of materials on the ground. The Baby Gecko material pickup pulls it to the loot worm, so it doesn't cost you the 10%. And with double Baby Elephant, that's a really strong synergy. Let's just take 4 more melee damage here. I really want to boost my base damage output. And we'll take the bot for... This will help defend us, which is really nice. Mastery, Corrupted Shard, and Plant. These are all good pickups. And then an Incendiary Turret is a really nice find. Black Flag I will take as well for sure. I think we need the Weird Ghost. I only have 4 regen, but that's a little deceptive because we're always going to be getting a lot of regeneration from our trees right away, from consumable healing. So as long as I don't die right at the beginning of the wave, we should be able to survive with the Weird Ghost. Although it does take a while for the first trees to spawn, and we don't have like a garden or anything, so it might be too dangerous. I have to think about that after I see what items we have next, and maybe we pick up some more regeneration and stuff. We've kind of turned the corner on this run, or gotten, strong enough that we have a good shot at winning, so I don't want to throw the run by just dying to a Weird Ghost. Alright, taking a lot of hits here. I'm getting some regeneration off of Jerky, which is really important. But the lampreys there were really scary. All these landmines are helping clear the wave quite a bit. I'll take the sharp bullet. We don't currently have... We just got the bot that's firing projectiles, but yeah, we can get turrets, we can get pocket factory, stuff like that will be really important. And then here I'm going to take 4 regen. Black flag I will buy. That's going to help boost our income by quite a bit. And then I need to decide if I think I can get away with the weird ghost. On wave 11, I think I can with 8 regeneration. And then I'll take the Lost Duck for more luck. Let's buy that over the Baby Gecko. We'll also throw in a reroll. Bag and Padding are both great finds as well. Bag, obviously, incredible on this mostly free item economy. Okay, so some tough movement at the start there. I had to really run around in a circle and pull the enemies back away from where I wanted to move to. That was the type of movement that, if you aren't really familiar with the systems in the game, I think will be a little harder to do. Because we needed to generate space that we could then move into and not take any damage at the start of the wave. Alright, I am taking a few hits here, so I need to pick up some consumables and regenerate. Definitely falling behind on the damage front. More max HP will actually help with that. Taking a couple hits, which we were always going to take, and then we should be able to pick up 2 consumables and stay safe for the rest of the wave. We'll take the acid here. Fuel tank I'll take. This is damage positive for us. And then I do need more movement speed. I don't really care about the ranged damage, so... But I also only have 4 armor. I think I can do better than this. I'm going to roll a couple times, and yeah, we'll take 15 luck. That's also really good. We'll pick up the bag, and we'll take the acid and the padding. That should give me the maximum health to survive against this elite. My regeneration isn't great, but we have jerky, so we have +6 consumable heal, and obviously we have all the healing from the trees. I do need more things that deal damage. Another pet or 2 would go a really long way. But having the quad rat is helping out quite a bit. We're definitely not going to be able to kill the elite, but hopefully we can just run away from it and survive. So I need to wait until some trees start spawning, then we can start actually picking up consumables, and that'll help us heal. This is not the worst elite that we could have gotten. I also need something that's kind of tough is I need to remember that running at trees myself doesn't do anything. Because normally you can think of a tree that's on the map as a kind of free heal station that you can then run into and get healed. But because we don't actually attack with our character, we just don't have the option of killing the trees ourselves. Oh no, I was so close. All right. So that was a rough one. We were very close to surviving. I think I can do this though. So let's go ahead and start over again. We're gonna pick up the Cryptid and the Beastmaster. And now I know a little bit more about how to play this combo, so I think we'll get off to a better start as well. Obviously, we can't kill anything at the start of this wave. So we need to wait for the trees to spawn, and then our loot worm will go clear those and get us at least a little bit of money. We did get a crate. That's really nice. Hopefully it's a good item. Well, it's the best item that we could have gotten. And then I will take the fertilizer. I did like the strategy of banning everything at the start here. So I think we will just ban all of these level 1 items. That gets me a free reroll to find exactly what we were hoping for, a rat. Because we found a rat, I'm not going to bother banning these other items because I want to use them for free rerolls to try to find more rats next wave. So very good start, of course. Getting a starting rat and getting a bag should help us with our income. Got that tree spawning, so the loot worm can go pick that up. Hopefully we get a crate drop this wave and get bag value. No such luck. Oh, there's still time. Okay, unfortunately we didn't, but that's okay. I'll take 5 harvesting here, and then we'll take the rat. Now, I was really hoping to be able to ban 3 items. I don't know that banning Dock Moth is good, though. So maybe I throw in a reroll here, and then we'll ban from the next shop. Okay, well, we don't have to ban because we got 2 amazing items. Only 10 luck, we got 2 level 2 items in 2 shops also. That's pretty nice. So we'll save our bans again for more free rerolls, and we'll get the rat and the Beastmaster next wave, assuming that we have the money for it. So now it can start killing trees for us. Okay, we got a crate, so that's a bag proc. Let our loot worm chew up the rest of these trees, and we got another crate, so that's 30 materials off our bag. Obviously an incredible find when we're going to be breaking all of these trees. We'll take another tree. We'll take a landmines as well. It can help clear enemies, and then I will just take 5 harvesting here. This shop I'm going to reroll. All right, I'll take 8 harvesting. Does Lumberjack Shirt actually work with the loot worm? I think it actually doesn't. That said, I might just want to lock it anyways. So I'm going to lock the Lumberjack Shirt and throw in 1 reroll. And, well, okay. I mean, the first run was definitely a trial run, and the second run, the game really would like us to do better because it's giving me all of the best items that we could hope for. Now, on the first run, I did have jerky, and I had double penguin, so we had a couple things that are really powerful for this run as well. And hopefully we find other stuff that's as good. Do I want more harvesting? I think I actually don't. I think I need to focus on defensive stats now, so I'm going to roll here, and we'll take 2 armor. I can take 4 melee damage, but I think the armor is going to be better, and then we'll pick up 10 luck so we can get more crate drops. We'll take all of these items, and this costs 66 total, so we get a free reroll. We'll lock the tree and coupon, and I do need more percent damage, so we'll take the Cyclops Worm. Ugly Tooth, I don't think is really worth buying for this character, so I'm going to lock it and ban it, and we'll get a free reroll. Just need to be, I think, much more disciplined than I was in the first run, where I kind of bought just generically good items. Here, I just want to buy only stuff that boosts our material income from trees. So things like bag, things like trees. And, of course, defensive stats and pet. The Beastmaster's AoE damage is very helpful. It's helping clear the wave much more efficiently. So we're making okay money at this point, 175 on wave 5. Obviously, Baby Squid is one of the best things we could find. It's going to boost my regeneration, and the attack speed debuff doesn't matter at all. Let's roll here. Ouch. Okay, well, I rolled a few times. I didn't get anything that we really wanted, but we'll take an armor. Armor's still fine. We'll pick up these damage and economy items. Maybe I do want the Ugly Tooth just to give myself an extra ban, but I think it's just so much more valuable to get it out of the pool so that we can start getting stronger items. Treasure Map and Recycling Machine are going to be pretty important for helping our crate economy be as strong as possible. I don't think we can get away with the bait, and we currently don't have anything that benefits from Sharp Bullet, so let me actually just throw in 1 reroll here, and we'll buy the fertilizer and then do 1 more reroll. 16 for 1 engineering is pretty good, so we'll pick up the book as well, because as the Beastmaster, our pets do scale with engineering, so I want to boost my base damage stats pretty quickly. You can see our Blazemander's not really doing anything right now. It's only doing 2 damage a tick with the burn. So I need to pick up just some damage in order to fix that. The movement in this run is actually pretty interesting too. We have no knockback and no weapons, so we pretty much have to rely on manipulating enemy pathing in order to stay alive. So knowing how the enemies move is really important, and making sure that I can move to where there are gaps is going to be critically important. I'm also going to dive through the middle here to pick up some materials before the end of the wave. Obviously, a rat in a box, best thing we could have found. Let's roll again. Come on, can I at least get a level 2 upgrade? Okay, finally. I'll take 15 luck, and then I really don't want to reroll, so I'm just going to take 2 ranged damage. It feels really bad to do that, since it's the equivalent of a level 1 melee damage upgrade, but we just need the damage output. And similarly, even for 36, I'm going to take the lens here. We get a 6 material discount right away, so it's not the end of the world. We'll take incendiary turret and helmet, and I'll buy Cyclops worm and reinforced steel as well. So locking a lot of damage boosts here. I'm going to need some more max HP and armor and regeneration, but first we've got to get it to the point where our pets can actually kill stuff. Although we do benefit from the loot worm giving us the extra material value when it picks up materials for us, I still want to pick up a lot of the materials on the ground because it's not picking up everything. And I don't want to leave too many from wave to wave here. Now, always going to take that hit, but we should be able to survive because the wave was just ending. I'll take the feather. Again, we need more just random damage, and we could end up building dodge. Let's take some more luck, and then we'll pick up incendiary turret, helmet. I guess I can just afford everything here, so we'll buy it all. We'll definitely take a cyber ball. I don't need any of these items. Throw in a reroll. I'll lock the fish hook, and lemonade, of course, is amazing. There's a chance that we spike a few really strong things with the goldfish, but I might also just ban it, because it's a fairly weak item in general, and that can get me a free reroll. I think this run is kind of too hard for goldfish to be good. We'll see how much money we make this wave. If I have a lot of money and can fairly reliably buy a tier 3 or 4 item that we roll into after buying the goldfish, then maybe I'll consider it. But if we don't, I'm probably just going to ban it because a reroll is really good. Definitely need more maximum health. That's becoming very clear. But the wave is definitely a lot cleaner than it was in our previous attempt at this. So our wave clear's doing a little better. My healing is doing a lot worse, so I need to fix that. I'll take the blood leech. We can't use lifesteal effectively on this character, but any regeneration, I guess for 50 materials for 2 regen, I think that's still worth it. It's close. Wisdom I'll definitely take. All of our damage is going to be dealt slowly over time. It does affect our pets, so we'll take that. We'll take propeller hat. Celery tea, I just don't think we can afford, so I'm gonna go ahead and recycle that. I could roll here for armor, or I think I would take 6 melee damage as well. Do I take armor or melee damage? Or I could also roll for HP, because we only have 20. I think I just have to take the armor. We'll buy all these. I do have more than 100 materials left. But how many tier 3 items with a 40 material tax do we actually want? I think not that many. So we're just going to ban the goldfish here. We'll roll. Scared sausage doesn't do very much with minimal elemental damage, though it is a way that we could damage things a little better. So we'll take it, and if we get elemental damage, it'll be pretty strong. A lot of items that really don't do very much here, unfortunately. I could build dodge, but I think we still need to roll into more damage items. Not, of course, is the best thing we could possibly find. Max HP and percent damage are both very low on this character, and we never buy weapons, so we'll take the not. We'll lock these two, and then we can maybe use some bands to get free rerolls later on. Bone Dice I'm going to pass on. It just takes too long to pay off to be good for this character, and we need short-term value. You'll notice that the decisions that I'm making are all based around trying to survive just the next wave, essentially. And to maximize our tree economy so that we can let the free items that show up carry the build without having to worry about dying in the subsequent wave. Of course, Pocket Factory, one of the best things we could find with this many trees. It would be incredible. We could find... What else would be really good? A spicy sauce would be really nice. Jerky, like we had last run. Berry. Anything that could just give us a lot of regeneration would be very powerful as well. But overall, I think we're in pretty good shape at this point. I'll take the lure here. We're probably not killing the loot aliens, but that's fine. And then here I'm going to take 2 elemental damage. Now that I have the scared sausage, the elemental damage is a lot more exciting. I'll buy these items. That's plus 3 damage and plus 5 damage, respectively. We'll take the medical turret. Plastic explosive. I currently just have the landmines. If I get a bonk dog or a spicy sauce, the explosion size could be good. We don't have those items yet. We're just going to ban here and take our free reroll and be very happy that we did because we immediately get 2 very powerful items. Like the tree... Tentacle is an okay way to heal if I get a decent amount of crit chance, but I don't think I'm going to. So I'm going to just roll here, and then we'll lock all of these items. Tractor will kind of fix our economy issues, and then I can stop buying economy items almost completely. And obviously, the others are all just very solid items as well. So the cat, because it gets 60% of all of the damage types as damage scaling, is doing a lot better in terms of damage for us. I do wish I had piercing shots for the cat, but they're not necessary at all. I'm gonna back off over the landmine and try to clear those lampreys. We do have a loot alien that has spawned. Obviously, I can't really direct my characters to attack it specifically, but hopefully that rat that's chasing it will take it out. And we did. And because I have double bag, we made incredible money this wave. We'll take the tree. A medical turret can be good healing. I have a tractor locked, and I really don't want to be taking damage over time. So let's just recycle that. We'll recycle the banner. We'll take fried rice. We're going to have enemies on fire a lot. And we'll take sharp bullet as well, because we have the cat. Shady Potion is great also. And then 12% more damage is kind of perfect. This is an ideal shop. We're just going to buy all of it. I will now buy these 3. Do I want the feather? We have 3% dodge, so we could maybe build dodge. The 1 ranged damage does help scale our pets. I think it's probably worth buying here. And then we'll take a Beastmaster. We'll lock Broken Mouth and Leather Vest, and then go to the next wave. So now we've got a few more pet on the way. The double Beastmaster are keeping things on fire, so we have a lot more healing from the fried rice as well. Fried rice, you can usually, if you have a decent amount of fire sources, you can think of it as being somewhere between 5 and 10 regeneration most of the time. But for 1 level 3 item, that's pretty good. It's basically the equivalent of a sad tomato. Assuming that you have ways to set enemies on fire fairly reliably. Took a couple hits there, so I need to back off a bit, but having these 2 medical turrets that spawned in the same location is really nice. That's definitely helping us out. Yeah, we'll take more engineering, of course. We'll take more % damage. Enemies are dying pretty frequently, so I'll take the Goblet and Fairy. We talked about how we just need regeneration, so it's one of the best items we could find. I have 10 armor, and I desperately need percentage damage, so I will take the Glass Cannon. I'll roll here, and then I'll start fixing my armor, which, of course, I reduced. I'm not going to buy Ghost Outfit. I don't think we're ever going to get to dodge cap. Also, we're playing the Cryptid, so our dodge is capped at 70 anyways. So this is just 10 dodge for -5 speed and -3 armor. So we'll just ban the Ghost Outfit here. Buy these other 3, ban Ghost Outfit, take our free reroll. Campfire I definitely want. Butterfly with a free regen. I'll take Claw Tree for sure. Butterfly with a free regen still costs me an elemental damage, and we can't effectively use the lifesteal. So let's buy the Spyglass, ban the Butterfly, take a reroll here, and then we'll buy an Incendiary Turret and lock Defective Steroids. These are each worth a regeneration, but I don't think they're worth buying given that they don't do anything other than 1 regen. The jelly is kind of close, actually. 40 materials for 1 regen isn't like the most ridiculous deal on a regeneration-based build. Regen stacks really well with itself. Once you start building it, you want to keep building it. So a lot of the time when you're building a lot of regen, you'll value items that give you regeneration even more than you would normally. We're actually doing okay damage to the elite, even though the rats don't attack it anymore. I think once we get another couple pets and maybe a few more points of damage, we'll be strong enough to maybe even kill the bosses in this run. A Blazemander, of course, we're very excited by. A Bottomine, that's going to help us kill elites and bosses. It's so difficult for me not to take damage, I think, so I'm going to recycle the Triangle of Power. This is an item that if we had one more way to defend ourselves, I think would be fine here, but as is, it's not great. I'll take 3 armor. More max HP would be nice as well, but the armor is more important. We'll take Fruit Basket. Piggy Bank, we don't really want to buy. I have 12 dodge, so it doesn't do that much with the riposte. I think I'm just going to roll past all of these. The time for landmines is kind of past at this point. We'll take another coupon. I'll buy Dynamite and Pencil. The explosive damage isn't that good, but the regen is, and this is a case where it has enough of a marginal effect in addition to being worth 1 regen that I think it's worth buying. Laser Turret. Sunken Bell's a decent defensive option, actually. Laser Turret, I think I will pass on. 37 damage. A shot is fine, but it's very expensive. I might lean more into the structures if we had some structure attack speed, if we had like a couple Clockwork Wasps or something like that, but as is, we're mostly focused on pets as our damage sources. So I'm going to focus primarily on buying those. I could use some more movement speed. Our Loot Worm is still running around pretty slowly. So I would like to improve its speed quite a bit. But the rats and Blazemanders are really clearing the wave for us very, very well. If I had like 2 more cats, I think the Triangle of Power would have been very good. We're going into an elite wave, so I'm going to recycle Scarf. This would be a great item for us, but 25% bonus speed elite is not what we want. That said, I do think we can take the Weird Ghost here. 40 regen is going to be enough to help keep us alive. I'll take a Cursed Dock Moth as well. That will be very good. And then, do I need 4 more regen? I think I actually want the 4 engineering over that. We'll take the rat, insanity, and sunken bell. 12 dodge. I'll buy the riposte with a free reroll here. We'll take a gentle alien. We'll take dangerous bunny. I'll pass on the black belt because I just want to do a reroll, and we'll take a weird food for even more healing, and then we'll lock these, do another roll, and we can lock these as well. So now we get to lock 4 items for fishhook. So I need to be super careful in this next wave because, of course, this is a weird ghost wave. But with the Dock Moth, we should be able to heal back to full really fast. So we were able to do that before the elite came close to getting us. There's some elites that would have been a lot scarier there. This one, fortunately, doesn't put tons of pressure on you right from the start of the wave. So we were able to just heal back to full. Trying to keep the cat aggroed, because I think if we do, we can maybe kill the elite here. The elite's going to follow us around in this tiny space, so we should be able to keep the cat shooting it alongside our bot as well. And that should be pretty reliable damage, and indeed it was enough to kill the elite. Still would love Pocket Factory. That's one of the items that we would be most excited to see. Yeah, I'll take another dynamite. For 33, I think it's worth it. There's some times when we might want a lot of explosion damage. Exoskeleton, definitely we're taking. Yes, it cost me a bunch of regeneration, but it's still worth it. Silver Bullet, of course, will help us kill the bosses much faster. We'll take more armor, going up to 20 armor. Only got 1 proc off of our fishhook, but still great to get that. We'll take treasure map and tree here, and then I think I'm going to reroll the rest of this. These are small enough damage amounts that I'm just not that excited by them, but warrior helmet, metal plate, and cake are really good. I'll lock the clover as well. If this gets cursed, it's going to be excellent, and we're actually at 19 dodge, so we can get closer to dodge cap before the end of the run. Now we've got enough pets that we're in much less danger at this point. The enemies are just dying as they're spawning. So what I'm really worried about at this point is elites. The smaller enemies are just not really that much of a threat anymore. Mini bosses could be pretty dangerous still. Also, a bunch of cursed lampreys like we saw there definitely could put some pressure on us. But mostly, I think the cat will be sufficient to keep us alive against that type of threat. So we're just worried about the elites and bosses. Drinking some water. It's winter, so of course, I dry out more easily. I'll take the Black Flag. Black Flag is a little bit dangerous. Increased enemy damage and everything can be pretty scary, but I think it's still good enough. We'll leave the Clover locked because the fishhook can boost it. We don't care about losing attack speed at all, so we'll take 10% damage here. And then Energy Bracelet and Small Magazine, neither of those are that exciting. Will-O-Wisp should still be... We'll have it for 17, 18, 19, so we should get 12 elemental damage off of it, which is definitely good enough. And actually, if we get it cursed, we could mirror it, which would be incredible. We'll probably mirror the Will-O-Wisp anyways, but of those items, I'll just mirror whichever one is cursed. Mirroring cursed items, of course, always great value. You get extra curse, and it's sort of 4 items for the price of 2. Alright, the Stargazers are starting to be a little more dangerous at this point, of course. They have a lot of health, so even our pets are having a little bit of trouble getting through them. Especially if they get cursed or buffed. We are picking up a lot of curse as well. We'll take another treasure map. We'll take another mastery. I'll take a boxing glove, which is also worth regeneration. Yeah, we're building dodge, so these are some really nice finds. We'll recycle Gummy Berserker. Losing armor is horrible. I'll just take 3 elemental damage here and just boost our damage. And then, okay, none of the actual items got cursed. But I'll take the mirror, and I think I will duplicate Will-O-Wisp. This should be plus 24 elemental damage, hopefully. And then we'll just buy the rest of these items. We'll roll. I've got 18 crit chance, so I'll lock Giant Belt. I'll buy the Ratzilla. Lock the sunglasses, because that can give me enough crit chance to make the Giant Belt even better. And then we'll lock a few more items. And I'll lock the book, just because I have double fishhook, so locking items is good. So hopefully we get enough fire procs that we get 8 elemental damage from our double Will-O-Wisp this wave, but even if we only get like 6, it's still pretty good. And between double incendiary turret, a scared sausage, and a couple of Blazemanders, most enemies that die should be on fire. I think we have a snake as well to spread fire more. I can't actually remember if we have a snake. I haven't seen any of the plus elemental damage procs yet, the graphic popping up, but we'll check at the end of the wave and see how many we actually ended up getting. Alright, energy bracelet, I will take for 88, I guess. It's damage neutral, but elemental damage is better than ranged damage because it works with scared sausage, and crit chance is very good. I'll take the Lost Duck, it comes with a regen, so even though we're losing elemental damage, I think it's still worth it. Like a poisonous tonic. The attack speed isn't very good, and losing regen is bad, but crit chance is very important. Roll here, and then I actually think we want dodge over armor. Getting to dodge cap would be extremely helpful. Unfortunately, neither of the items we were really hoping to curse got cursed. Oh yeah, let me check the Will-O-Wisps. Okay, yeah, plus 8. So we did get the full value off of these. But we're going into an elite encounter, so I'm just going to pick that up just to make it easier. Extra stomach will only be plus 8 HP. We have negative attack speed, so improved tools is bad. So I'll just take the feather here. I'm going to pass on the salt water and look for more important items. We'll take insanity and corrupted shard and plant. Garden, I think, is worth locking with our fish hooks, and then we'll lock Blazemander and Toxic Sludge as well. Alright, so we should hopefully have enough damage on our pets to be able to easily clear the elite. I'm going to try staying near the cat to keep it angry, and then the bot will also shoot the elite as well. Meanwhile, our rats are going to run around clearing the rest of everything. And we did it. So yeah, definitely some mistakes on our first attempt with this one. I needed to just lean into getting damage sources much faster. Now, obviously, we also got really lucky shops on the second one. I'm not going to lie about that. We got early rats. We got double bag really early. But I think this should be pretty winnable pretty consistently if you roll for good damage sources early. Yeah, we'll take the panda. Incredible find, the cursed panda. I'll take leather vest. That's all stats we're looking for. Same with blindfold. Another rat. Ideal. Small fish. Yes. More damage types. Of course, we'll take that. And we'll keep picking up baby gecko. Here, I'll just take 3 more armor. We did get some curse items. If Snowball is worth 2 elemental damage, it's probably good enough. So I'll buy it here because we're immediately getting the proc. If we didn't have an elemental damage item in this shop, I probably wouldn't buy it because it so often fails to pay for itself. Let's buy the big arms, lock the helmet, and then do a reroll here, and then we'll just lock this entire shop again. So if we either find an elemental item in a box here, or if we get one in the next shop, the snowball will be good. If we don't, then it will have been bad, but I think on average it's going to be pretty reasonable and give us 2 elemental damage, which is fine. We're nearing the end of the run, so we're looking for things that can just help us close it out. So even items that are just kind of on average items should help us get there. We don't need to roll for anything really specific to win the boss fights. Always good to know, how strong you are relative to the bosses, and decide whether you need to look for something to specifically help, or whether you'll just be fine if the run keeps going as normal, because that can dictate how you roll and how you choose your items. Yeah, we'll take another panda. 12% damage, we lose 3 dodge. I think for 180, that's just not worth it. Bait is fine here. More damage is gonna matter way more than the lampreys being on the field. And then we'll take the bonk dog and another leather vest, getting almost a dodge cap. We'll take more armor and more ranged damage. Here, I'm gonna reroll. Take 3 elemental damage, that's fine. And then we'll buy all these. Good job, fish hooks. 0 procs with our double fish hook. Coupon costs 56, and if we spend all our money, we'll technically pay off, but I think we're just not that likely to have it pay off at a kind of even quantity. So let's just roll for better items. We'll take a rat here. Yeah, I'll take 3 more regen from the Cursed Blood Leech. I don't need more piercing shots. We've already got those. We'll take a little more dodge and some more damage and roll again. More HP, more dodge. I'll take the snail. That can help keep us safe against the elites. And then we'll roll, and we'll pick up another rat. Roll again. And, oh, the cape would have been nice to get earlier as well. But I guess we're at 62 dodge, and our dodge cap is 70. So I could have pushed my dodge a little further. We're not actually at cap. But we're still doing really well. And then we'll roll again. Neither of these are... I mean, these are all items that we would have been kind of interested in. We don't have the option of selling weapons anyways, so let's see if we can kill the bosses relatively quickly. I guess also with Cursed Padding, all of those for fun rerolls did technically cost me HP, so we shouldn't, have done them from a strict optimization standpoint, but they're also fun, and as you can see, I don't think we're going to have any particular trouble killing the bosses. Especially because our damage is going to keep increasing because we have wisdom. So there we go. Boss is down, and we've won with this weird and difficult GMO combo. Definitely a really interesting combination. Kind of fun to see these runs where you have to put together something that normally wouldn't work at all, but we've managed to scrape it together to the point where it does. We got 187 materials off the loot worm. Our bags gave us over 2,000 materials. Incredible. 20k damage on landmines. Really not bad. Some of those were from the bottom mine. 200,000 damage on the Beastmaster. Obviously, this was our big carry piece this game. 15 regen on the squid. 700 materials saved on coupon. The rats, 150,000 damage as well. 16 items from treasure map and 500 materials from recycling machine. 15k damage on the incendiary turret. The Beastmaster fire was overriding the incendiary turret fire a lot, but this also helped with our fried rice and everything. 40% pity bonus on the fish hooks at the end here. 40k damage on Cyberball, 30k on Scared Sausage, and 100k on the Catling gun. I think we had... 70k on the bottom mine, 130 healing on the moth as well. 500 materials from Black Flag, and we had a bonk dog somewhere around here. I don't remember exactly when we got it. We can sort by name and look for it. Yeah, and it dealt only 12k damage, so it wasn't that exciting. But we got it pretty late. Alright, my friends, I hope that you enjoyed this bizarre run. I had a great time with this, and honestly, I recommend this combo if you don't mind rolling for damage sources early. It's kind of neat how it works out. As always, of course, if you've enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a comment and hit like. Helps me out with the algorithm, so I appreciate you taking the time to do that. And of course, you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game analysis. Cheers, folks. I'll catch you next time.